Hopefully it activate my camera.
Sometimes it loses the camera, and I have to go in the settings and change it back to the right camera.
Yeah, no, it has it. There it goes. All right, hey everybody, welcome back to Facetious number 52. Finally, I got all kind of curse words and MFs I need to throw out right now, but I'm gonna let Scar throw it out on my behalf here eventually. Look, it is Monday, December 19th, 2016 at approximately 6:32 p.m. And believe it or not, I was here since 4:30 p.m. messing with Google Hangouts, messing with Skype. All of them get a thumbs down. If I could create one app of my own, I am joined by my man, Mike, aka Scarfinger. It is Mike, aka Scarfinger, aka Real Talk. What's up, dog?
What's good, B? I'm now, and I'm setting up my lower third right now. I am now your boy, Cookie Man, with a job.
Yeah, what's up, dog? Well, congratulations, man.
I got one part-time job. I got a part-time job, and I'm working on my second. I go meet with somebody tomorrow, and I'm probably gonna have two jobs. So I went from not having one to now having two.
Nice, man. You went, man. That's what I'm talking about. So how does it look like? How does when we start? And what are the deets, dog? What are the deets?
Well, I start this job Wednesday.
Oh, nice, dog. Cool, man. Well, congratulations, dog. You've been in my prayers and everything, man. So, because I was just getting ready to ask you what you needed for Christmas, because
no, man,
that's on Sunday.
Man, I can't really do the whole Christmas thing because everything I want is too expensive.
Right. You're like, well, I need a new Alpha, and
you know what I mean? Like, that's the bad part about being in gaming and stuff like that with and with Christmas, because my girl is like, what do you want? I'm like, I guess you could buy me Diablo for Xbox One. Maybe.
There you go. That's funny.
like that's I guess that's the best I could do right now. Like, well, I did see they have a Rock Band 4 that comes with a guitar for $40. So I'm like, okay, so I'll do the Rock Band 4 thing, because I haven't played
Band nut though. I mean,
I haven't played 3. I haven't played 3 in a while. My 360 hasn't been hooked up in a little bit. But you know, I played 3 with customs. So
yep. You said that before.
Yeah, and but like it's time to migrate to 4, and you know, get that done. I'm gonna start. You know, I vape.
Right.
So I'm finally going to start working with my own coils. And fixing my own coils, because right now I buy coils, and like a pack of 5 is like $16.
Okay.
And I can run through a coil in about a week.
Okay. So a pack of 5 is 16. So it'll take you about 5 weeks. So you're paying $16 for 5 weeks.
Yeah, but I mean, it's possible that I can burn out a coil faster because I vape so much. So I'm going to there's a thing, you can make your own coils. You buy the wire, and there's devices that you can use to make the coils for you and all this other stuff. I think I'm just gonna wing it, because I've seen people do it. You know, just using a certain kind of screwdriver and wrapping the wire around that.
Okay.
And then you get the cotton, and you put the cotton through it and put it in the, you know. So I think I'm gonna try to do that. It's gonna save me some stuff. I started ordering some juice from a new website. And so far I'm digging. I think I might start doing some videos of, like, you know, like me when I get something new in, you know, just talking about the vape and stuff like that, because I mean I'm really kind of into the vape at this point. Next month I think it's next month I've been vaping exclusively for a year.
Hold on. Does that mean you've been cheating on your vapes? Like you dating exclusively? Like you vaping exclusively? Or do you mean you were vaping and experimental?
No, that means I stopped smoking.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, you
Yeah.
made it sound like you were going like
No, no,
solo, like you were
no,
just
no, 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 no,
monotonous
no,
on
no.
the
That
pitch.
means I mean I was vaping and smoking for a little bit, like
Oh, okay.
smoking Black and Miles and vaping and all that other stuff.
Right.
So
Okay. Well, that's what's up,
yeah.
man. Well, congratulations
Oh,
on getting everything going.
is some up with your stream because Awakened Heathen says that he's buffering like crazy.
Man, Awaken. Let me tell you, Google Hangouts has not been on my it's on my shit list right now. Like it is not looking good right now. Like I was man. So I apologize for what you're getting. I tried my best to run a low latency stream so it doesn't buffer like crazy. But again, sorry, man. I do not know what to tell you. And most of that is probably because there were 2 events scheduled for right now. And the other one, let me see if I could just go ahead and kind of delete it out of there. And that might free that thing up. But yeah, it was ridiculous, man. So I apologize for that. I hate you have to see all that. But so that's about it though. But man, so Mike got a job and everything. But
Man, I had to drive to North Carolina today, man.
what?
Yeah, man, the home office is in North Carolina, and they said that the only people that could, certain people can witness the signing of an I-9, and those
Right.
people are in North Carolina. So I had to hop in the whip, and I had to drive two and a half hours. I had to drive 2.5 hours to North Carolina. I was there for about an hour, and I had to drive 2.5 hours back. I got back here at about 5:30 my time.
Okay. Dang, man. So you had a full day. See, people don't understand, man. When you out there looking for a job, it's a full-time job, man. Like,
Yeah.
so well
Yeah,
again.
I'm doing all of this for a part-time job that doesn't pay nearly enough of what I really need, but it's still a job, and I'm gonna go in there with the expectation that it may turn into something better because they're building more facilities. They're
Okay.
building more facilities. So even though I got a part-time job right now, it can turn into something full-time at any point. And the guy who I'm going to be working with, like he's seen my resume and he knows that I have the storage experience. So this will be I think it should turn into something good. But I got another. I'm going to see somebody about another job tomorrow, and hopefully, if I get into that, I'll be I'll have 2 jobs for a while. Fuck it.
All right, man. Well, yeah, congratulations, dog. I know it's been a long road, and you starting up like the week of Christmas, right? It's crazy, but
Yeah, yeah, it really is. But you know what? If it works, see, here's what happened. I went into cricket. I went into cricket to look at a phone because my phone is acting real stupid. Like
mhm.
like people can't hear me talk.
Mm,
And it's messing up conversations. And like when I try to talk to Pooh Bear, she can't hear what I'm saying. All kinds of stuff. So I went into cricket to look at a phone. I know I'm not in a position to buy a phone right this second. So, but I wanted to see what my options were and how much money I'm gonna need to have.
okay.
So I walked in there and I was talking to the lady, and she was telling me about how some people had gotten hired and some people quit. And I'm like, well, y'all need some help. You know what I mean? Like, they get paid hourly plus commission, and I'm like, shit, I could do hourly plus commission, and
Right.
I can sell cell phones. I did customer care for 2 cell phone companies. It's a long time ago, but I mean those I don't think the skill is gone in me
Yeah.
because it's really just selling, and the more getting in there and selling, shit, that's what I do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's just learning about is for me it'll be learning about the different phones. The plans are really simple. Like I can tailor the plan to what you're actually going to use, and we good.
Right.
So yeah, and if I get in, then shit, I could probably get me a good phone for a cheap price.
Right. Well, let me know because so here was the plan. So the plan was I was going to give my youngest son my most recent phone, like the Honor 5X that I had, and I was going to give that to him because his MP player
Mhm.
kind of ran out of juice, and
Okay.
Like it's really cool because if you try to look for an MP3 player or a video player of the similar screen size with similar capacity, it's like ridiculous amounts of money. So
Mhm.
I said, okay, well, I mean, I could just get my old phone, but I mean, if you check the towers and see, I mean, I could just send it to you because then that way you could use it as an actual phone. And most people would. I mean, I've already reset all the information on it and everything, so and
Okay.
it is what it is.
And how much more?
Yeah. We hooked that up
Oh,
because then
did you get the games today?
let me double. I have not checked outside, Scar. I've been
Oh, okay.
inside since I came in,
Oh,
trying to set
yeah,
up all of this for the night.
they were supposed to come in today. So
Okay, no, I'm
I
looking
mean, but
forward.
then again, it's around Christmas. It's around Christmas, so you know how that goes.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but
CPT.
yeah, let's get to it, man.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Even though it's buffering for my man Heathen, man, that
Yeah,
sucks.
I'm sorry about that, Heathen, man. I absolutely hate that. But man, Google. Hey, man, I cursed up a storm before we started on here. Good thing your boy was not recording. So
Yeah.
so yeah, I was on fire. But look,
No, it's not a good thing you weren't recording.
he said no, it's not a good thing.
That's gold. Like you were cussing like me.
Right, because I felt like you. A lot of people don't understand, man. I used to curse like you all the time. So, especially when I got angry. So, but let me do this before we go any further. Scar, the name of this episode is Pennant the Podcaster because I want to apologize to EDG. I was supposed to be on their podcast yesterday, the Mass Effect 3 Multiplayer Strategies podcast, and I left my phone in the back because I tend to do that sometimes, and it was on silent and all that stuff. So I didn't hear them if they tried to contact me, and my alarms and stuff were all on. And I was sitting out here on Xbox Live just playing Final Fantasy 15. That's all I was doing. But I forgot to pull up Skype to activate it because you know you could pull up Skype and then just like unsnap it, right, and
Yeah.
just let it run in the background. If you get a call, it'll pop up. Didn't do that, so I apologize to those fellas. But hey, at least they knew I was ready and I was prepped because I filled in all of my notes on the show agenda. Sure did. Well before the show because I was looking forward to it, man, and just
I still ain't got that call, EDG.
right. Black Shows Matter, 2016.
Black shows matter. Know what I'm saying?
Nah, I mean, no, I mean, but look. So again, look, I apologize to my boys. Sorry, AZ, me, man. I hope you guys read my strategies. You know, if you didn't, well, just let me know,
Yeah,
and I can make it.
I ain't really got no Mass Effect strategy, so that wouldn't have been a good show for me. My Mass Effect strategy is try not to die.
Right. Try not to ace it up.
Yeah, don't ace this up. But speaking of acing it up, all right, let me tell you what happened to me. So one day I was sitting here and the internet cut out for a little bit.
Okay.
So I decided, well, I guess I'll play a game because I was watching Mr. Robot.
Of course.
I got into Mr. Robot. I finished both seasons.
Nice.
And I was watching Mr. Robot. Internet died. I was like, well, I guess I'll do something else. So I was like, you know what? Last time I tried to play some games with the internet out, it wouldn't let me start any of my games. But then I remembered that because I share with Pimp, his games should work. So I started up Gears.
All right. What you think?
And I was playing on normal, and I was acing it up, bro. Like every time you turn around, I was down. Like I'm playing with the computer. They kept having to pick me up. Like I was acing it all day long.
All day. Oh man, that's tough.
All day.
I
was acing it all day. It was bad. Like I kept having to be picked up, and I was just like, man, this is so good. And so I played that for a little bit.
Okay.
That game looks great. But it does.
I just bought it tonight.
Okay. Yeah, it looks great, but see, here's the problem. It looks like Prettier Gears. It doesn't look like the next evolution. It doesn't look like the next evolution of graphics because I played games like Uncharted and I played games like the Call of Duty.
Right.
Because I
Call of Duty. Oh my gosh.
Because I played those games. Because I played those games, it didn't necessarily look like what I thought the next Gears should look like.
Right.
It played very well. It moves. The movement is very smooth. It's a lot faster. is a lot faster pace than the previous games. And one thing I noticed was, unlike Call of Duty, because the enemies are kind of more cartoony.
Okay.
And
Okay.
because it was not trying to be photorealistic, I can actually see the enemies.
Right. You can see the highlights and the outlines and everything.
I could see them. I could actually see them because I'm shooting robots and shit, and it's in the daytime. Everything isn't like dark, and so I was able to actually see what I was fighting up against, and it made my experience a lot better. Playing that game as opposed to playing a game like Call of Duty, where I have a hard time seeing enemies. And the worst part about it is, it's not like I have any problems with my eyes. It's just like I just can't. I have a hard time seeing enemies until they shoot at me.
Grays and greens blend in, though, like for real. Like they just blend in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why it's camouflage colors, right? Because
and then the worst part about it is, like, the uniforms. At a distance, everybody uniform look the same, and I end up shooting my teammates because they're in front of me, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm not supposed to do that." My bad. Like that happens a lot. And then if you accidentally kill somebody like that, cutscene, you got to start that over.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I have that issue with Call of Duty, and I haven't gotten very, very much further in Call of Duty. In fact, I haven't played a whole lot of games because I've been watching a ton of Mr. Robot. I got through 2 seasons in a few days, and man, Mr. Robot is crazy because you can't. It's one of those things where you can't believe what you're seeing.
Oh, okay.
You can't believe it. Like, you see something happening and you go, okay, that's the way that it is. And then something happens later in the season that makes that whole thing, you view it from a completely different lens because what you actually thought was happening was something completely different.
Okay. Okay.
Now, I did get the big spoiler. I had the big spoiler of season 2 already. But it didn't spoil the whole season, but it was the twist through most of the season. But so I did know that going into season 2, but I still enjoyed it, and everything that happened after that twist was brand new to me. So that all worked. That all worked very well for me, and I enjoy the show. I'm wondering where in the world do they go next, but you know what? I'm in for the ride. And like all of my other shows, all of my CW shows and stuff like that are all on winter break, so ain't none of them coming back to the end of January. The only show that I really watch that's on right now is Walking Dead, and I think I'm an episode behind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'm glad you like Mr. Robot. I personally haven't checked it out. My wife is like, she's bouncing back and forth. So she's been on, she's a huge fan of Jeffrey Donovan because he was on Burn Notice. And he's on that new Hulu show about the psychics. I can't remember the name of it, but
I liked Burn Notice. What happened with me is I got lost and I didn't know what episode I was on.
Oh yeah, that's tough. But I love Burn Notice. Like, it was a really good show, man. It was really, really good. And they knew when they were going to end it and everything, and it ended. It ended about as well as a show could end, bro. For real.
Let me ask you a question. We talked about this a long time ago, but did you ever continue with Royal Pains? I got lost in Royal Pains also.
I did too. I think I watched till I missed a season and a half. So I missed half of a season and then the entire following season. So that's
I got lost and I didn't know what episode I was on, and I was like, oh man. It's one of those that you need to keep with it to keep the story going.
Right.
It's not like Psych, because Psych it was one of those that you could just pick up an episode because most of the episodes are contained. Mm-hmm. It was one of those. Psych is one of those shows like Scrubs. Like, you could just watch an episode of Scrubs. It don't matter which episode it is.
Just pick one.
Yeah, you'll just pick an episode of Scrubs and like, all right, he married this time. All right, then. Good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I got lost with those 2 shows, and it's really weird that those are USA shows.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of the USA shows. I mean, because I was saying it for a long time. I think that they make some really good shows, and they did. They made a lot of pretty good shows. But,
Mhm.
man, I don't know. I just think that yeah, some of those shows you really should keep up with. But like Suits is one of the shows you really got to keep up with because so much happens from each episode to each
I've
episode. Like,
heard. I've
if you,
heard.
yeah,
I've heard that. And somebody from Suits plays in. I heard somebody from Suits plays in Orphan Black.
yeah, I think it's Mike from Suits that plays in Orphan Black. I believe so because I haven't watched all Orphan Black. I'm still like mid season 2, and I know I need to get on it. But I know.
Yeah, yeah. You're. I can't wait till that. I can't wait till that comes back, bro.
Yeah. So
that is my favorite show on TV, bro. That's my
I
favorite
know,
show on TV.
which is a shame because I really think you need to give Blind Spot and Blacklist some good looks because those are phenomenal.
I got through season 1 of the Blacklist. I got through season 1, and but I was watching it with my girl. See, I can watch a whole lot of shows because I can watch a whole bunch of shows back to back. She watches one episode and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna fall asleep," and I'm like, "Come on, man! Like we got stuff because we still watching Buffy and Angel." And right now we're at the point where both of the shows are really good, but basically we're watching one episode of either one of them. Like we're going back and forth. Like we're following this.
Yeah.
We're following a watch list. We're following a watch list, and it basically has us going back and forth with the exception of a few times where you watch a couple of episodes back to back that happen like during the same day and stuff like that.
Okay.
But we're watching just like one episode a day, and I'm just like, there's so much stuff to get through. And bruh,
let me tell you. That sounded country, but that's funny.
Bruh, I'm gonna tell you. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. We're about to come up on an episode that is about to be a real problem for your boy.
Here we go. He about to get teary.
I mean, like real problem for you.
This is gonna be problematic.
Oh, you started Skyping out a little bit.
Oh, I just said it's gonna be problematic. Then I can't believe it.
No, it's gonna be a problem because sometimes my sometimes my emotions get the better of me. Sometimes it's these days it kind of comes up and it comes and goes. Some days I'm fine, other days I'm like. But this episode that's coming up is an episode of Buffy, and it's an episode of Buffy called The Body.
Okay.
Gets me every damn time,
man.
every damn time, every damn time. And I ain't gonna tell you what it's about. I really think you should watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I know you don't want to. Don't do it.
I know you don't want to, but I think it's a really good show, especially once you get past season 1. Everything changes and it starts working. Season 1 is very Monster of the Week. There is an overarching story, but it's not a big deal until the very end of the season. And then what happens in that last episode causes ripples that affects through the rest of the series and eventually to Angel when Angel starts. Because Angel doesn't start until like season 4 of Buffy or something like that.
Okay. Well, I'll take that under advisement, and I keep it locked in here. But we'll see.
But you ain't gonna watch it. You ain't gonna watch it.
Probably not.
you ain't even watch it.
Probably not. But listen, Mike. I got.
But you took my advice with Orphan Black.
I did. I took your advice with Orphan Black. Been trying to get my wife to watch it. She refuses to watch it. Like she will sit up here and watch hot garbage, but she will still watch. She refuses to watch two things. She refuses to watch Orphan Black, and she absolutely despises Luke Cage for no logical reason. So
how would you hate Luke Cage?
She ain't even seen it, dog. She's seen literally. This is what she does. She comes into the room when I'm watching something. She watches 2 minutes or 30 seconds and makes a judgment off an entire show off of the 30 seconds she's seen. She does that every time.
My girl and I have been watching. We started the Marvel TV shows. We're still on season 1 of Daredevil.
Okay. Okay.
because I'm watching them.
one.
When we do that, we're watching them in order. But right now, it's more Buffy and Angel focused. But
Mm-hmm.
I hope we can get to that. I hope we can get to the Marvel shows at some point. Maybe when Buffy and Angel are over, we can go through the Marvel shows because man, that's some good TV right there, Bo.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, man.
Well,
Yeah,
in your
man.
case, with the exception of Jessica Jones. But Jessica
Yeah.
Jones, if you don't have Jessica Jones, then it doesn't properly set up Luke Cage.
I understand that. I agree with that. But I think that again, I think Jessica Jones was the worst of the ones that we've seen yet. But speaking of
I
disappointments,
will
bro.
say that if I was ranking them,
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with you if I was ranking them. I didn't hate Jessica Jones. I liked it. Of course, I didn't like it much until the Purple Man, until the villain
Mm-hmm.
came into play, and then I'm like, all right, good, like we straight. Oh, you know something that I learned the other day
What's that?
that I never really got too far into Doctor Who, so I know David Tennant was a lot of people's favorite Doctor in Doctor Who. I watched a little bit of Doctor Who. I watched like a couple seasons, and it just didn't grab me. I didn't realize that David Tennant was in was in the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's in the Harry Potter movie. He plays Barty Crouch Jr. That you probably have no idea who I'm talking about, but yeah, he totally plays in that, and he crazy as hell.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Um, but since we're talking about Jessica Jones and disappointment, let me ask you a question, Mike. Have you so at work I was just making dumb mistakes, right? Because I'm new, I don't really know stuff. And then yesterday, when I was supposed to be podcasting with my boys over at EDG, I just dropped the ball. So have you ever been disappointed in yourself so bad where you just feel like a heel? Right, like you just feel just terrible. Like, have you ever just like disappointed someone else or been so ashamed of yourself? You're just like, I can't believe I did that nonsense.
I'm a parent.
Good response right there,
Yeah, I'm a parent. Like it happened when you're a parent, and when you're your first time parenting, you make all the mistakes. And then you want to know when you really feel like a heel?
What's that?
When you realize that you're talking to your child like your parents talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
And like you always hated the way your parents talk to you, and then you say something to your child like like stop crying, I'm gonna give you something to cry about, and you go
you feel like Eeyore, like nobody loves me.
right, like that's how when you like really disappointed in yourself, and
right.
you try so hard to be a different parent than your parents because
right.
like me, I'm a very like softer, gentler, more understanding person than my dad was.
Right.
But every now and then I say something that it reminds me of something my dad would have said to me, and I go, shit, I didn't want to do that.
Right.
Like, damn it, now she's gonna look at me the way I looked at him.
Right.
That type of stuff. But yeah, there's been times, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, but because I'm a smidge narcissistic.
Right.
So I always believe
we podcast.
Yeah, I'm a smidge narcissistic, and I truly believe that I'm right all the time anyway. So I don't feel that way often, with the exception of being a parent. Being a parent is where I get most of those moments from.
Okay. Yeah, man. So for me, like I feel like that sometimes too when I'm parenting. But for me, what helps me stay away from that is actually over explaining with my kids, right? Because a lot of times my folks didn't explain anything. I was quick enough to pick up on the reasoning and the principle behind it. And sometimes they did, but for the most part, my mom didn't. It was a lot of yelling, a lot of cussing, right? So So me, I try my best not to yell or cuss at them. I try my best. And then, but in general, I just explain a lot. You know what I mean? Like I over explain and I find myself, I'm like,
okay, I'm gonna tell you, like, that is one of the sources of me feeling bad. Is over explaining stuff to my child. I explain stuff based off of my experience. And I talk to my daughter and I go, how do you keep falling into the same trap? You know the person that you're dealing with is stupid, right? Oh man, I wasn't supposed to say that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like,
Yeah.
look, here's the problem here. You keep falling into this pattern. The person that you're dealing with is not smart enough to deviate from their part of this pattern. All you have to do is deviate from the pattern and realize that the person that you're dealing with isn't as bright as you are. And like, you keep getting suckered into this stuff, but all you have to do, take a step back, look around, and you'll realize just how dumb the person that you're dealing with is, and you can skate by this pretty easily and stop getting yourself in, stop being in the middle of a whole bunch of stuff.
Right. Yeah, man. And so I try my best to really do that. But like I said, man, for me,
but here's the problem. The problem with doing that is I'm basically empowering her to think people are stupid. Right. And to go in thinking that people are stupid, and that is what makes me feel like a heel.
Right.
I am the mastermind of evil, empowering my minion to look down on others.
Well, I wouldn't say that, because I've had similar conversations, but my conversations always end in this type of relay. It's like, it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. What matters is what you do. Right. Because I always go back to the Einstein quote, life is 90% reaction. Life is 90% reaction. Sorry. 90% of life happens to you. What defines you is how you react to the 10%. So like, what you do is what defines you. So, and I tell them, look, at the very end of the day, it's on you. Right. So, and so when I do that, then that just takes the onus off everybody else. Like, it's on you, because I'm expecting you, because you my kid. I'm expecting you to make the right decision, to be the smart one, to be, the graceful or the merciful person. Or, if you have to, I'm expecting you to tune somebody up. If you got to tune somebody up, do what you got.
Me and Pooh got the 3-step program.
Yeah.
if you need to tune somebody up, we got the 3-step program.
Right.
Yeah, but the 3-step program only applies if someone is messing with you. Mm-hmm. If someone is messing with you, the 3-step program is in effect.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. So yeah, definitely got to tell them. But yeah, and I also, sometimes I feel like a heel. Like, so when I was at PAC South, Sam, shout out to my man Sam Kalunga. He would text me, but because I couldn't get reception on the floor, I wouldn't get his message for like an hour, 30, 45 minutes later, right? And so he's like waiting on my response. He's like, where y'all at? And I'm like, oh man, I didn't see this. I didn't see it, because not only was I in interviews and stuff, but I didn't see it because like you can't get reception a lot of times on the floor. And so you just look up, you're like, oh man, dang it. Like, I'm supposed to do this. Like, he relying on me and stuff like that. So for me, I always feel like a heel when I feel like people are relying on me to do something, and I just fall through. And sometimes it's, even if it's of my own volition or not, right? I just feel like a heel. So, yeah, it's just interesting, man, because
I kind of did that a little bit to somebody. The last time I went to PAX East, someone found me on the floor, and it's the first time that I had been somewhere without the old tag folks or OFR folks, and I'm just walking around and someone recognizes me. This is someone outside of that just likes to show and stuff like that. And he was just like, Scar? I'm like, really? Like, you know who I am? And then we talked. He was like, yo, I want to hang out. Like, we should do something. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get back to you. And I completely forgot.
Oh man, yeah, that's tough. Because I know you're not that type of dude. So I know you were like, dang man, I was gonna go kick it with him, or go have some dinner, or do something. But
yeah. I felt really terrible. I felt really terrible about that, but yeah, it happened.
Yeah, man.
And I felt really bad. I felt really bad because like that dude had, he sent me a message on Twitter. It was like, hey, you here too? And I'm like, I'm here. And he was like, yo, if I see you, I'm holler at you. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then,
man, yeah. No, I understand, man. So, But on the flip side of it, Mike, so this is what happened this weekend. So, last week I talked a little bit about my boy Teddy, and I was talking about his the guy that I work with, about his evaluations on the Xbox One and the PS4, right? Because he got them both over Black Friday. Well,
Right.
he was actually on his way down to Dallas. He was gonna go down. He was gonna drive down or ride down with some fly down actually, and then drive back. So because he went to purchase a vehicle. So, but I was like, hey man, why don't you take the train? Because we have a train that runs from Oklahoma City down to Fort Worth, in the Dallas area as well. And he was like, yeah, man, I think I'll do that. And so I'm
Shout
like,
out to Sam, Fort Worth.
shout out to Sam. Exactly. That's where Sam is at. And I gave him a recommendation. It's called a Heartland Flyer, and it goes from here. And I was like, "Hey man, why don't you get the?" And so I read the description, like, "Why don't you get the upstairs? It's like $51 a person or whatever." And I like, maybe you take your girl, you can lay back, you can kick back, look out the windows, look at everything. He took it. He said, "Man, the train was mad nice." He said that he had a really, really good time. They got down there, got back, and he's like, "Man, yeah, we'll do it again." So that recommendation from me actually paid off. So when was the last? So how do you feel? Two questions. How do you feel when your recommendations pay off in a good way? And when was the last time you had a recommendation pay off?
I don't feel anything because I always give good advice.
You just
no. I usually give pretty good advice. There was a stretch where my confidence was real low. And I didn't trust my own advice, and I didn't trust much of the advice that was given to me. But I've always given pretty good advice. Here's my thing. I'm a Virgo. I give too much advice.
Oh, okay.
And it has a tendency of backfiring. Particularly for the ladies in my life who was like, "You're always trying to control everything." No, I'm not. I'm just telling you the right way to do this. Like that keeps happening. So I typically give good advice. My problem is muffling my advice giving when it's not needed.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a whole thing about if you ever listen to For Men Only, there's a thing about how to address your lady when she comes to you with a problem, and there's sometimes you forget that. And like, because men, the whole thing is like, men are fixers. Yep. And the whole thing about when your lady tells you you're not listening, what really they want is for you to what you're really doing is not listening to what she said and coming up with a solution. You listen for the emotion in it, address the emotion, and then wait for her to indicate that she's ready for your solution. And I forget that quite often these days. So that tends to be a problem. But for the most part, with that type of stuff, I'm pretty good on it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And I'm confident enough to believe in myself when it comes to that.
Okay. That's cool, man. No,
Too confident.
Well, me, I tend to recommend stuff just because the longer I live, the more confident I become and stuff. So a lot of the cats I'm working with, I'm older, just because that's just the way it works. There's a lot of cats. I came through in the intern program, so a lot of the cats are younger, but there are still people in there older than me. But I've lived a while, and I'm quick to tell them, look, man, I wouldn't do that. And I just tell them, look, from my experience, this is what this is probably the best route for you. But because I wish somebody would have done that with me. So I'm quick to give it, but no, I'm really, really excited about that. And, it was good. And I think the last time before this train thing that I just recommended was a Call of Duty. I recommended it, and Ace really liked it. So
you want to know one of the things, one of the ones that stands out.
What's that?
And this may make me this I may get a punch on my man card for this.
Okay.
But when I was in, I guess you could call it college, because I went to a tech school. I didn't go to a college. I had a friend, and she was an older lady named Karen. And I was sitting there with Karen, and she was talking about that her lipstick kept smudging and all of this other stuff, and it wasn't doing it, she got some new lipstick and it wasn't working the way that she thought.
Mm-hmm.
And my, just without thinking, I just went, well, do you use a lip liner?
Mm-hmm.
And she went, what's a lip liner? And then we had the conversation about lip liner. I have four sisters, so I know these things.
Right.
But like that suggestion,
Mm-hmm.
that suggestion of a lip liner in order to contain her lipstick changed her life.
That's awesome, man.
And it's just, we were just sitting at lunch one day, and just like and like I said it without even thinking. Like I wasn't even. She was just telling me about her lipstick, and then, it wasn't going right. It was smudging or something like that. I was like, "What, you use a lip liner?" And then I went, "Fuck, I wasn't supposed to say that." Because I have nuts. I'm not supposed to really know this.
No, that's not even true. That's not even true. Like with me, I grew up around. I have a few female cousins, and they're pretty much like sisters, man. Because it was just me and my older brother. So I mean, I grew up around.
I have four sisters, so
yeah, it's
stuff like that just kind of happens.
Right, exactly. Like you just know these things, right? It's just how it is. That's one reason why when I'm at work, I actually have a lot of there are a lot of females at work that I'm friends with, just because I know how females think. I know how because I grew up around them, right? So I just know how they are just from the get. So but yeah, man. So yeah, it's crazy, man. But yeah, giving good recommendations and good advice is always awesome. Always makes me feel good. And one other thing that makes me feel good, and I know we started late, but we still get out here at a decent time because it's my last topic, is, well, my favorite studio is CD Projekt Red. They make The Witcher. They make that entire series. And here we go. No, listen. It's about research, man. They actually got funded $7 million because they're doing research on 4 different areas, right? So the areas they're doing research in, and like stuff that can be applied, like not just for their games, but in the entire industry, are they got funding for city creation. They got funding for seamless multiplayer, for creating better cinematic feel in games, and for animation excellence. And
with how much games cost these days, is that gonna be enough money?
Well, just to fund the actual R&D on it. So I'd like to pay the people who are actually going to go in and do it. So yeah, if you're paying a small team of people to go in and do it, yeah, I think it'll be fine. And so yeah, it's awesome, man. I'm really looking forward to it because it speaks a little bit because they kind of filed it because they want to kind of use this implementation, kind of implement a little bit into Cyberpunk 2077 when it comes out. But CDP is actually all about growth of the entire industry. So they're kind of like AMD is when it comes to PC stuff. Like AMD is about growing the entire industry, and CDP is kind of the same way. So I like it, man. It's a really, really good studio. So like I said, I wasn't even going to go into the game. It was they're part of this collaborative effort in Poland. It's going to fund a total of 40 projects for about $27 million altogether. Yeah, so it's gonna be sweet, man. And they got, like I said, the 4 things that they proposed, they got approved for. So
and no matter what I say about it, like having more money put into these studios, make sure that they all stay employed, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because so many people go out of business so fast, and it just happens so fast. And next thing you know, all these people get laid off and all of this other stuff. So no matter what, because I was rolling my eyes because of the game, because I'm tired of hearing about the game and not seeing anything.
Right.
And like y'all Witcher fans are all about this, and it's like, well, you ain't seen nothing yet. But still, the funding of these studios, in order for them to be able to do this research and be able to keep going and keep their jobs, is really good, especially this time of year, because this is the time of year where people start catching that axe. And in gaming, once those games ship for the holiday season, all these people start catching them axes left and right, and it's a good thing that they got this money so that they can keep their jobs and be able to continue developing good stuff. I mean, even though their CD Projekt doesn't necessarily make games for me, they make games that a lot of people love, and it's you will be a really evil person if you don't wish that they can still succeed in doing that,
Right.
making games that people love. Even if you don't love the games that they do, you still you still you can still root for them to be able to continue doing what they do.
Right. Exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely a selfless season right now. Anyways, so just I'm excited about things that are going to be pushed forward in the gaming industry. But also, I mean, it's the Christmas season and stuff. We in that spirit, man. So just wish well on for people. Is what
Word
we
up.
do. I'm excited. My dude Scar got a job and everything, possibly
Yeah.
too. So I'm
Yep.
excited about
Hopefully.
that. And man, hopefully we can get up on his gears soon because that's what it was, Heathen. I think I started Gears download, and so I realized it when Scar was talking a while back, and so I stopped it. I actually powered off my Xbox One, so everything is good to go. So
Okay.
it should be fine. But again, Mike, I guess, man, Merry, Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas
Word
early
up.
to you.
Merry Christmas.
And you got any big plans?
No, no. I mean, Pooh Bear will be here. This is my Christmas with Pooh Bear, so I will have Pooh Bear on Thursday, and it's gonna be Pooh Bearific, uh, bruh. I'm proud. I'm 9 times out of 10. I'm getting Pooh Bear her own phone.
Man, man,
Yeah,
man. I just like
yeah,
I understand, but Pooh Bear is
yeah.
just what? She's 9, right? Or 10.
She's 8. She'll be
She'll be
9.
8.
She'll be
She'll be
9.
9.
She'll
She'll
be
be 9.
9 in February.
Okay, because I know her and Eli about the same age. Eli just turned 9, so I mean he'll be 10 February. But listen, like, man,
But I mean, like, her stepsister Ben had a phone,
uh-huh.
so you knew this was coming. But her
That
stepsister.
pressure, that outside pressure, man. She
Uh,
putting them vice grips on you. But
yeah, so I think that's what. But I mean, she's also at the age where she's growing out of a lot of the childish things. She don't really want to mess with dolls that much no more and stuff like that. So
okay.
it's like, what do you do? Like, she plays The Sims a lot. So right now the only two gifts I got for her right now is maybe a phone and The Sims 4. That's all I got right now. Like, I
That's
don't
all.
even know what else to get.
That's
So
funny, man. That's pretty hilarious, dog. But no, man.
I
Yeah.
think I think this is the year. Now I know that I ain't really supposed to do this, but I think it's time for me to go ahead and be like, girl, ain't no Santa Claus. Like, she didn't already figured out the Tooth Fairy, but I think it's
Oh
I
man,
think it's
Eli
time.
had that figured out last year, son. Like we told
I
him
think it's time.
last year.
I think it's She was close. As I understand it, she was close. She started asking some
Oh,
questions.
oh, okay,
So
okay.
so she close, but I think it's time to go ahead and be like, look, ain't no Santa Claus, yo. Daddy bought all your stuff. You know what I mean? So Santa Claus ain't had nothing to do with this phone.
Right. You
And,
see,
and,
you see
Santa,
this?
and,
Santa
and
Claus
Santa
ain't putting
Claus
nothing in on it.
Santa Claus don't put money on Origin. You know what I mean? So, Santa Claus don't put nothing on Origin, and hopefully I'm signing up. I'm signing up for Origin with her own account under her name, so that I can control them downloads.
I got you. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, man, that's the way to do it, dog. Because you got to keep a monitor. A lot of people think like I know my oldest son thought that I'm just crazy, crazy, crazy on my stuff, but I still have his internet watched. You know what I mean? Like, I still have his profile under me and all of that stuff, and yeah, I still have his internet watched, dog. Like, I'm still scoping. Nah,
Yep.
y'all ain't getting over on your boy. So
Nope. Not today.
no. But hey, Waken, man, thanks for dropping in. Sorry about the problems earlier, dog, but hopefully they cleared
Yeah.
up. And
I think he bounced though. So
yeah, and also doing Mass Effect 3 multiplayer tonight. I'm actually about to try to get this show uploaded and get it put on the RSS, but then I'm gonna play right after that. So that's my goal: be out there with Lefty Brown and AZ Rockslide, and hopefully out there playing, having a good time and some Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. And
I'm going to get on this dinner. I'm going
okay,
hungry, and I need to cook. So
okay, that's what's up. All right. Any other shout outs, Mike?
Man, shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that I normally shout out. Shout out to everybody who has wished me well with the whole job search and stuff like that. Seems to be moving in a positive direction, and that's good. Shout out to just the all of the usual suspects. Shout out to all of the people in the gaming community that, even though all of the crap that was talked about it, still made Call of Duty the highest grossing game this year.
That's what I was telling people. 50% of what Call of Duty done is still better than everything else. Like, people don't understand that.
Yeah. So even though Titanfall tried to claim that they was that heat, no player.
Nah, son. Like, you can claim all you want to, man. Numbers gonna speak for themselves, and that single player is really good. Like, it's really good.
Super good. So, but man, just shout out to all the people. Merry Christmas to you all. Keeping my thoughts out there for everybody who, like my man Meef, who got to go through this Christmas for the first time without somebody, and to everybody else that's going through Christmas without people for the first time or for the 100th time. It still matters, and I hope that no matter what happens, that you have a good day, because I'm pretty sure that the people that you've lost one day also.
Right. And prayers are with that family and everyone who has a tough time around the holidays. Prayers for my boy Lefty Brown. I've been listening to him on You Lose if you hadn't been listening to him, and also on on Mary Gamers Presents. And it's congratulations to him, because him and Kelly have stated that they are going to get back together. So that's a really, really great thing. And now he's just going to have to get down there and get to moving. So,
okay.
But yeah, man. Yeah. So, congrats to everyone. And also just, hey, again, Merry Christmas. I will be off over the weekend with holiday break. So hit me up if you want to play some games. Thanks to Scar, I got a couple of PS4 games coming in my way. That should probably be
and an Xbox One game.
And an Xbox One game, yeah. So look, y'all, everybody, thank you so much for watching and listening. Have a very, very, very Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you
Nigga, don't nobody celebrate Kwanzaa. We black and we don't know. What do you know about Kwanzaa?
Kuji Kajalia? And then there's Umoji, Ujima, Ujama. There's like 7 principles. I do know that. And there's one for every day. Yeah.
That shit.
I know I wasn't supposed to. I know I wasn't supposed to. I know
nobody else know none of that shit. We don't know nothing about Kwanzaa.
I participated in the shout out to Truman State University. Participated in the Kwanzaa program once when I was there. So
you participated one time. In your time. And how many years?
4 years at campus, baby. 4 years at campus.
4 years at campus, and you participated one time.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a very Merry Christmas. We'll be back in your ear again. Scar, if you want to take a break next week, it's fine with me. But I can honestly just pull up any one of our Twitch game nights and just play that. So
no, you should put those up anyway.
I do save them. I actually need to go out and save them. I will start saving them. I'm gonna create a playlist for that. So y'all can enjoy that. And then I'll pull them all off of Twitch and upload them. So everybody, thanks so much for listening and watching the Facetious number 52 Penitent Podcaster. We'll be back in your ear and in front of your eyeballs again next week. Peace out to the Warriors.
Peace.